The following is a paid presentation for the X-Deck by SafeTech.
Introducing the X-Deck by SafeTech, the breakthrough invention that's safer than a ladder and easier to use than scaffolding. The X-Deck takes the work and risk out of fix-it jobs, indoors and out. Unlike dangerous ladders that force you to balance on a narrow rung, the extra safe X-Deck lets you move about with your hands free and your feet firmly planted on a wide, stable horizontal deck.
Whether you're at one far end or the other, it's still stable. Look at us, we're on this end, it doesn't even move.
It allows you to set up quickly, it gives you stability, it gives you a range of motion for a variety of jobs.
The X-Deck lets you work with both hands free, so it's perfect for painting walls, cleaning windows, trimming hedges, putting up sheetrock, dusting ceiling fans, cutting tree branches, hanging decorations, storing bulky boxes. The list of applications goes on and on. A ladder gives you an active work zone of only about 4 feet. Look how the wide X-Deck extends your active work zone by more than 200%. The X-Deck doubles your productivity and cuts your work time in half.
It just takes so much more time with a regular ladder. Here, I don't have to find a flat spot, I just find the spot. Pop it up, ready to rock. It's great.
What impresses people about the X-Deck is how light it is, and yet how strong it is. To put it to the test, we lifted a van on 4 of our platforms to show people that it could hold 2 tons of weight.
Coming up, join me as I show you how the X-Deck is perfect for all those jobs on that to-do list that you've been putting off. Plus, you'll see how the X-Deck is the perfect workmate for all those projects you never thought you could do by yourself. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Watch what happens when we put the X-Deck to a head-to-head stopwatch test with first-timers. You'll see how the X-Deck works like magic to give your home a makeover, whether it's giving a family room a whole new look or giving a messy garage a total transformation.
It's just like a scaffolding, except far more portable and much quicker to put up and down.
Go clear out to the edge, and it feels incredibly stable.
It's stable and safe and versatile. What else would you want?
Safety, versatility, and convenience. The amazing X-Deck by SafeTech is for you.
Hi, I'm Buzz Lear, and this is the X-Deck by SafeTech, the ingenious solution that takes the hard work and high risk out of fix-it jobs indoors and out. With the X-Deck, you'll be able to X off all those tasks on your to-do list. The X-Deck lets you do any job safe and fast. It's better than an old-fashioned ladder for 3 main reasons. The X-Deck delivers safety, versatility, and time-saving convenience. Let's start with the safety factor. By their design, the ordinary A-frame ladder can be unsafe because they're so unstable. Did you know there are over 500,000 ladder-related injuries documented each year? Well, see how the X-Deck provides unmatched stability and total peace of mind? Well, thanks to the flat deck of the X-Deck, you won't have to worry about falling off and hurting yourself. Instead, you can focus on the job at hand. The X-Deck is incredibly versatile. It's extremely lightweight, and it sets up in seconds. You simply insert your locking pin, and you're ready to go. For jobs all over your home, like in your kitchen, changing out your energy-efficient light bulbs. And see, I can actually change several bulbs at the same time without moving. And that leads us to reason number 3. The X-Deck is convenient. It's the ultimate time saver because you get to face your job. Unlike a ladder where you have to hold on with one hand and stand on a narrow rung, lean towards your job, well, with the X-Deck, your hands free and your feet are firmly planted on the deck. It's just like you're working on solid ground.
Now that I have the X-Deck, I don't use the ladder near as much. Up and down the ladder 10 times to do a job, now I can do it twice on the X-Deck because of the bigger work surface that I have.
This job requires me to be at different levels. Good thing about this, I can adjust it to any level depending where I want to put the panel, determine my height. I can hit this whole piece of trim without ever having to move my platform.
I can move around freely. I can face my work area. My body is not turning or twisting, and it's very, very convenient.
Right now, I want you to know more about the patented design of the X-Deck. Who better than the man who turned the idea into reality, founder and CEO, Chris Seaman Sr.
Step ladders have been around, and traditional ladders have been around for 1,000 years. And people have been falling off of them for 1,000 years. What we wanted to do is we wanted to give people the ease and convenience of a step ladder, but with the work surface of a scaffolding. We wanted to give people something that they could set up in seconds, that they could store in their closet and make it lightweight. And so we went through a lot of testing, a lot of years of trying different things, trying different brackets, trying different gussets, trying different thicknesses of metal. We ended up using top grade, high grade tensile aluminum, grade 6061 aluminum, the same type of aluminum they would use like in a jet plane. The other thing is we wanted it height adjustable. We want the person to work at whatever level they're comfortable at, so they don't have to be reaching way up or they don't have to be reaching way down, that they can adjust the X-Deck right to the height where they can work most efficiently and fast. Also, you can use it with our extension decks. You can put the X-Deck into several configurations to fit practically any application that you have. The X-Deck can be used by everyone.
I like the X-Deck because as a woman, it's nice to have something that's lightweight, that I can maneuver around the house easily. It's much easier to use than conventional ladder. I can walk all over back and forth. I feel very stable. I feel very well supported. I don't have to put myself in a dangerous position or be twisting around. And I feel very comfortable and very stable and very safe on the X-Deck.
Joining me today is Chris Seaman Jr. from SafeTech, the creators of X-Deck. What I'd really love is for you to show us how the X-Deck compares to a ladder in doing a job just like this, cleaning out gutters.
Let's do it.
All right.
See, the problem with the A-frame ladder is there's two ways of tackling this job. We can walk up the A-frame.
Here, gotta take your bucket.
Thank you. And now you'll notice when you get up here, you have to lean over to get to your job.
Oh, man.
And so this isn't really safe at all because your feet can slide out. You gotta get up here. You got to move around, and you have a very limited workspace.
Right.
When I go up this way,
there you go.
Thanks. You kind of have to corkscrew your body around. And so when I'm up here, I have a very limited workspace, and it's not comfortable. And if I got to get this job done, I got to go up and down a dozen times. All right, well, let me show you why you're going to love getting the job done on the X-Deck.
Okay.
This right here, we can adjust up.
Oh, look how quickly that goes up.
To any height. So we can adjust up to the perfect height to get the job done. I can walk up the X-Deck. You feel safe, you feel comfortable. I can get up here and look at my active work zone. Look at this reach. I can get way over here. And I can walk back and forth. You feel safe and sturdy on the X-Deck. I can get leaves way in the corner and you feel comfortable. You don't have to worry about straining yourself. I can reach from one corner all the way here.
Here we go. All right, I can reach about that far that way.
There you go.
And my reach going this way, well, okay, that's about as far as I can reach on this side. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris, the work zone for X-Deck is at least double what the work zone is for this ladder.
Introducing the X-Deck by SafeTech, the breakthrough invention that's safer than a ladder and easier to use than scaffolding. The X-Deck takes the work and risk out of fix-it jobs, indoors and out. Unlike dangerous ladders that force you to balance on a narrow rung, the extra safe X-Deck lets you move about with your hands free and your feet firmly planted on a wide, stable horizontal deck.
Whether you're at one far end or the other is still stable. Look at us, we're on this end, it doesn't even move.
It allows you to set up quickly, it gives you stability, it gives you a range of motion for a variety of jobs.
A ladder gives you an active work zone of only about 4 feet. Look how the wide X-Deck extends your active work zone by more than 200%. The X-Deck doubles your productivity and cuts your work time in half.
The X-Deck allows me to get about 6 to 8 feet of play, whereas a regular ladder, I'm stuck in one spot.
The multiple height settings of the X-Deck allow you to work at the most efficient, comfortable, and safe height. The X-Deck lets you work with both hands free, so it's perfect for painting walls, cleaning windows, trimming hedges, putting up sheetrock, dusting ceiling fans, cutting tree branches, hanging decorations, storing bulky boxes. The list of applications goes on and on. The X-Deck meets all OSHA standards for safety. The X-Deck is made of extruded jet-grade aluminum, which makes it extra strong but super lightweight.
Wow.
It weighs only 24 pounds, but can hold up to 1,200 pounds. The anti-slip tread surface of the X-Deck means you'll feel safe and secure in rain or snow. And unlike most ladders that are made cheaply with rivets, the X-Deck is hand-welded for superior strength and is backed by a 5-year warranty. The X-Deck folds flat for easy storage. For even more mobility, add the optional weight-activated wheel kit. The X-Deck expands to meet your needs. Add extension decks, and bigger jobs get even easier and faster to complete. The X-Deck by SafeTech is the #1 choice of building professionals and is used by NASA, the U.S. military, Boeing, Disney, Lockheed Martin, Pepsi, and many other Fortune 500 companies. Now you can try the revolutionary X-Deck by SafeTech free for 30 days. Just pay $47 to cover shipping and handling. And as a part of this special trial offer, we'll send you the larger 4-step X-Deck model to try for 30 days for the same low price of $47. The 4-step delivers an active work zone of over 8 feet. Put it to the test. Work with it indoors and outdoors. Get it dirty. See for yourself how nothing compares to the X-Deck. Act now and we'll include the safety rail, a $70 value, free with your order. Plus, for a limited time, we'll send you this bonus tool tray worth $20 absolutely free. If you're not completely satisfied, just return it and you owe us nothing. The X-Deck is not available in stores. This is a limited time offer.
So far, you've seen how the X-Deck works and why no ladder can compare to the X-Deck in terms of safety, versatility, and convenience. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer or own your own business, the X-Deck is for you.
For several years, we've been making the Pro Line series of the X-Deck. We have some of the largest companies in the world that have come to us. Some of our clients include Disney, Kennedy Space Center, NASA, GE, General Mills, Miller Brewing Company, Pepsi. We got ABC cameramen using it. The list goes on and on.
Unlike wood scaffolding or scaffolding you rent from an equipment yard, the X-Deck is totally adjustable, which is, to me, one of the greatest features. The X-Deck lets you face your work in a comfortable distance from the actual project. With the X-Deck, you're at a very comfortable distance for you, not just what the ladder dictates, and you're able to actually hammer, saw, pry, demo, whatever you want to do, at a distance that feels safe and secure as well as most productive.
Usually when you're on a ladder, you've got just a little bit of space that you can reach from the ladder. With the X-Deck, you can get 2 people up there, and that means you got 4 hands working up high instead of just 2, so it's a lot better way to go than just a ladder.
There you go. Whatever jobs you want to tackle on your to-do list, the X-Deck helps you do them safely, easily, and in a lot less time. That's why when people first see the X-Deck, many say, "Why didn't I think of that?"
How it works is just set it up, just pull the pin out. Each hole on the side is a different height setting, so you can adjust to work at any height. Just put the pin in. It has a handrail for it. The handrail just slides right in. And you'll notice with the platform, you can walk up hands-free. You can go to either side. It will not tip over. It's certified to hold 1,200 pounds. You can easily get a couple guys up here. So if you want to come on up here, sir, show people. And what's nice is you're standing flat-footed. It's stable. You feel steady. And then when you're done, handrail slides right off the back. They fold down flat to 5 inches. So then you can take it to your next job, and away you go. Now you'll also notice, when I set this up, most of you guys probably have one of these at home, a typical step ladder. And you'll notice with the ladder, this relies on rungs which are hard on your feet and your back. And so when you walk up it, the problem with the ladder is there's basically 2 ways you can work on a ladder. You can walk up, you're leaning over to get to your job, or you have to corkscrew. And you'll notice when you're corkscrewing, you're kind of off center, it's hard on your back. Now you'll notice on a X-Deck, you can walk up, you can face your job in any direction. So if you got to a corner, you can just turn your body. You're not have to turn around with the ladder. And I can go to the end, I can lean off, you feel safe, you feel secure. Now you can take 2 of these X-Decks, And with one of our extension decks, they lock into place. And there you have it. You have 10 feet of workspace that takes less than 1 minute to put together. Now look at this. You're not even on an X deck. You're on the extension deck. That thing weighs less than 6 pounds.
Yeah, and I'm 260.
You're 260.
Listen to what this first-timer had to say when she used the X-Deck to install 8 feet of track lighting all by herself.
With the ladder, I never have 2 hands free.
No, you never do, because you constantly have to be hanging on.
And I always feel like I'm gonna fall over. This is usually a 2-person job. And
Without
you
a
know,
doubt.
yeah, and I did it myself. I didn't have to get down and move the ladder. You know, I can reach, I can walk back and forth. It's really convenient. There's really nothing to this. I mean, a lot of people would say that, you know, hanging track lighting is a man's job, but I have to say with the X-Deck, it may be a woman's job too.
The great thing about the X-Deck is that it provides a lot of stability. You feel safe, it doesn't move at all. You can move side to side, so then you can reach areas that if you are on a ladder, you feel unstable.
It's very stable. It's got a much greater footprint than a ladder has, and as you get up in the air, you know, you can be pushing on things and working, go clear out to the edge, you know, and it feels incredibly stable.
Safety, versatility, and convenience. The amazing X-Deck by SafeTech is for you.
Now we're gonna have a little fun. This is the X-Deck versus the Ladder Challenge. We've got some people who are gonna go head-to-head in a painting competition. And on my right is Team X-Deck, Aaron and Raphael. And on my left is Team Ladder, Jennifer and Wayne. Now we're gonna see who can finish painting their wall first. Are you guys ready? Ready. Let's go. Take a look at how hard it is for Team Ladder to simply put up the blue edging tape. Wayne has to climb up and down the ladder because his reach is so limited. Meanwhile, Team X-Deck, working side by side, is already painting, while Jennifer and Wayne fall further behind. So you guys are finally getting to the paint.
We're finally.
How'd you find this whole taping process on the ladder?
You know, it was somewhat cumbersome, to be honest with you, because we had to get up and down, and only one person could do the taping at a time.
That's right.
So I gotta say, it was kind of time consuming.
All right, well, I'll be back. I'm gonna check on the X-Deck team.
Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, because I went over and checked on the ladder team, you're way ahead.
Yeah.
So how are you finding working on the X-Deck?
Tons of room.
It's really simple, really easy, lots of space.
I like that. With only one person painting at a time, Team Ladder is moving at a snail's pace, while Team X-Deck has already painted half their wall. I have a question to ask you. You've been watching this competition. I see you standing here observing all this. What do you think of this?
It's incredible how much faster the X-Deck team is over the ladder team. I mean, I could have used this months ago when painting our house.
Yeah. Really?
I'd have to agree. I mean, it's kind of a cross between a ladder and a scaffold. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Back to the action, and Team X-Deck is at the finish line.
We're done!
Yes!
Okay, teams, come on in. Congratulations to the winning Team X-Deck. Great job.
Thanks.
So what do you think was the secret?
Well, number one, we were both able to work on here at the same time, and we only had to move it once, so
That was
very
great.
easy. Yeah.
Great job.
Thanks.
And hey, Team Ladder?
It was tough. It was a lot of work. We had to keep moving the ladder. I had to climb up the ladder, go down the ladder, move the ladder back and forth. Worked up quite a sweat.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Team X-Deck beats Team Ladder one more time. And here's how you can try your own X-Deck risk-free.
Introducing the X-Deck by SafeTech, the breakthrough invention that's safer than a ladder and easier to use than scaffolding. The X-Deck takes the work and risk out of fix-it jobs, indoors and out. Unlike dangerous ladders that force you to balance on a narrow rung, the extra safe X-Deck lets you move about with your hands free and your feet firmly planted on a wide, stable horizontal deck.
Whether you're at one far end or the other is still stable. Look at us, we're on this end, it doesn't even move.
In seconds, you can raise the deck from low to high, allowing you to safely work at a taller height than a typical 6-foot ladder.
It allows you to set up quickly, it gives you stability, it gives you a range of motion for a variety of jobs.
A ladder gives you an active work zone of only about 4 feet. Look how the wide X-Deck extends your active work zone by more than 200%. The X-Deck doubles your productivity and cuts your work time in half.
You really have, 360 degrees that you can effectively work.
The multiple height settings of the X-Deck allow you to work at the most efficient, comfortable, and safe height. The X-Deck lets you work with both hands free, so it's perfect for painting walls, cleaning windows, trimming hedges, putting up sheetrock, dusting ceiling fans, cutting tree branches, hanging decorations, storing bulky boxes. The list of applications goes on and on. The X-Deck meets all OSHA standards for safety. The X-Deck is made of extruded jet-grade aluminum, which makes it extra strong but super lightweight.
Wow.
It weighs only 24 pounds, but can hold up to 1,200 pounds. The anti-slip tread surface of the X-Deck means you'll feel safe and secure in rain or snow. And unlike most ladders that are made cheaply with rivets, the X-Deck is hand-welded for superior strength and is backed by a 5-year warranty. The X-Deck folds flat for easy storage. For even more mobility, add the optional weight-activated wheel kit. The X-Deck expands to meet your needs. Add extension decks, and bigger jobs get even easier and faster to complete. The X-Deck by SafeTech is the #1 choice of building professionals and is used by NASA, the U.S. military, Boeing, Disney, Lockheed Martin, Pepsi, and many other Fortune 500 companies. Now you can try the revolutionary X-Deck by SafeTech free for 30 days. Just pay $47 to cover shipping and handling. And as a part of this special trial offer, we'll send you the larger 4-step X-Deck model to try for 30 days for the same low price of $47. The 4-step delivers an active work zone of over 8 feet. Put it to the test. Work with it indoors and outdoors. Get it dirty. See for yourself how nothing compares to the X-Deck. Act now and we'll include the safety rail, a $70 value, free with your order. Plus, for a limited time, we'll send you this bonus tool tray worth $20 absolutely free. If you're not completely satisfied, just return it and you owe us nothing. The X-Deck is not available in stores. This is a limited time offer.
The safety of the X-Deck is phenomenal. It's got rubber feet. I can raise it to any height I like. I got a big wide platform to stand on. I can go back and forth. It's got a real hard, grippy surface to walk on, wet feet or not. And the rail is super strong and safe. I can load it in my truck in seconds. It's lightweight. I don't need a lumber rack. It fits easily in the back of the bed and away I go.
Because the X-Deck weighs just 24 pounds, you can carry it easily up and down stairs for jobs big and small. Now here's a perfect job for the X-Deck. It's a good idea to change your air filter in your heating vent every fall. It's really going to save you on your energy bills. And watch this. I can actually put in both screws because I'm on an X-Deck. You could never do that on a ladder.
I just find where I want to be, I pop it up, and I've got that much room to walk back and forth from either end, whereas before with a ladder, adjust it, find the flat spot, get it secure, go up, I can reach that far. Come down, do it again. It's just over and over again. All those little maneuvers that you work on a ladder that take time away from actually doing what you're supposed to be doing, all eliminated.
You can walk up and down the X-Deck without the use of your hands. If you're carrying tools or materials or something like that, it feels completely and entirely safe.
You can basically walk back and forth. I'm on the actual extension right here, and I don't feel hardly any give. And also, if you look at the legs down here, the very wide base, and this is kind of a sloping area, and the X-Deck adjusts great for any kind of terrain pretty much.
As you can see, the X-Deck is easier, safer, and a whole lot faster than working on a ladder. And with different models and accessories to choose from, the X-Deck can really help you knock off the jobs on your to-do list, as well as help you tackle those bigger projects like cleaning your RV or boat.
With the X-Deck, you can dial in that perfect working height, and you've got 4 or 5 feet of travel to get to a large area. And it's just so much easier to do a section and maybe have to move it 2 or 3 times for the length of my boat, as opposed to having to move a ladder constantly.
One of the things that you're going to really love about the X-Deck is that it's so sturdy and yet so lightweight. You'll bring it out for jobs large and small. Jobs you've put off in the past because they took too much time are now easy.
Well, when you live in a house, there's always house projects you have to do, and it's always a hassle. But when we got the X-Deck, it was like, honey, you know that garage project? Well, maybe I could put the insulation in and you could help me do the drywall. And we turned our garage into a playroom for the kids. It's incredible. With the X-Deck, in 2 hours, the whole garage has insulation. Next step, go get the drywall, and together we're able to, with the X-Deck, stand on the platform together, hold up the heavy drywall, and screw it in.
There was no up and down the ladders. We had all of our equipment laid out, and the job went so quickly.
The X-Deck, we did it all. 2 hours for the insulation, probably 4 hours for the drywall. One Saturday, and we have a new room in our house.
We're almost out of time, and by now you can see why everyone who tries the X-Deck loves the X-Deck. Give yourself the satisfaction and peace of mind that comes when you step up and go to work on the X-Deck. On behalf of everyone at SafeTech, I'm Buzz Lear, saying thank you for your interest in the X-Deck. Here's how you can try the X-Deck risk-free in your home.
Now you can try the revolutionary X-Deck by SafeTech free for 30 days. Just pay $47 to cover shipping and handling. Plus, we'll send you the larger 4-step X-Deck model to try for 30 days for the same low price of $47.
It takes, virtually a finger to pull it up and put it in any position that you want.
Not only is it really light and easy to move around, but it's easy to fold down and fold up.
You're facing your project, what you need is right there in front of you, and you feel safe while you're up there.
If you're doing any kind of serious construction or you're a big do-it-yourselfer, I wouldn't recommend anything else.
Act now and we'll include the safety rail, a $70 value, free with your order. Plus, for a limited time, we'll send you this bonus tool tray worth $20 absolutely free. If you're not completely satisfied, just return it and you owe us nothing.
It's a great value for the money, and it's made my life a lot easier.
I can take it up the stairs, I can change smoke detectors where I need a stable platform and a place to put things. I can change light bulbs.
It's very versatile for doing different kinds of jobs. The different height adjustments allow you to work at different levels.
The X-Deck is not available in stores. This is a limited time offer, so act now and put the X-Deck to work for you.
The X-Deck is really sturdy and safe. It's lightweight and it pops up and down quickly with the pull of a pin. It's got adjustable holes for high and low.
I'd give the X-Deck a thumbs up. When you're young, it's important to show everybody how tough you are, but as you get older, you kind of want to be smarter than you are tough. Well, the X-Deck can be tough for you, and it allows you to work smart.
Safety, versatility, and convenience. The amazing X-Deck by SafeTech is for you.
This has been a paid presentation for the X-Deck, brought to you by SafeTech.